We'll start morning Maitri Milan session with Ganesha Prarthana. Om Ham Sangam Bhagavate Nitya Yoga Yuktaya Satchidananda Rupine Vinayakaya Namaha. Panchangam all together. Adyatana Panchangam Panchavinshatyadhika Ekashatotara Panchasahasratama Kaliyugaabdः Shri Shobhakrit Nama Samvatsarः Dakshinayanam Varsha Rituः Bhadrapada Masah Krishna Pakshah. Lead and follow. Saptami Tithihi Ardra Nakshatram Parikha Yogah Bhavakaranam Bhargava Vasarah. Today's date 6th October 2023 Friday. Now Mahishasura Mardini, next one we will learn. Yes, next slide. Suravaravarshini Durdharadarshini Durmukhamarshini Harsharate Suravaravarshini Durdharadarshini Durmukhamarshini Harsharate chapter 12, shloka number 3. Ye tvaksharamanirudeshyam avyaktam pariyupasate sarvatra gamachintyancha kutasthamachalam dhruvam.
Suprabhatam, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. So we have seen the starting of Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is a term given to a series of spiritual disciplines which is pursued with devotion. Devotion means you relate to God. So yesterday we saw the first answer, the initial answer to the question. Arjuna asked a question. People who dwell upon Lord with attributes. Attributes means some kind of guna which can be seen. That can be Ekarupa. Like you go to Ganapati, you see certain attributes, certain features. Vishwarupa also is with features. The entire Vishwa, different colors, different orders. They are all attributes alone. So there are people who dwell upon God with attributes. And Nitya Yukta, the commitment is there to dwell upon the God. And such people are there. And there are people who dwell upon God without attributes. And that is pure consciousness. That is the real nature of oneself as well as Ishvara, God. So between the two, who is better? That is Arjuna's question. So Krishna's answer started with yesterday's verse saying that people who dwell upon me either in one form or dwell upon me as in the form of a world, the entire world, Vishwarupa, both of them are the best. But next he is going to answer the question, what about people who dwell upon God without any attributes? For that he is describing in this verse. Let us do the Padavicheda. Ye tu aksharam anirdeshyam avyaktam paryupasate sarvatra gama achintyam cha kutastham achalam dhruvam. This is a description of Ishvara without any attributes. So let us see how the description goes. We start with the first word, Avyaktam. I am rearranging the word so that we can understand what it means. Ye tu, those, on the other hand. Because yesterday we had talked about people who are dwelling upon God with form, with attributes. Now he is talking about Lord without attributes. So those, ye, tu, on the other hand, paryupasate, dwell upon, meditate upon, do dhyana upon, whom avyaktam, the Lord who cannot be seen by the five or cannot be felt, cannot be objectified by the five sense organs. If you go to Ganesh, if you look at Lord Ganesha, Ganesha has certain features. So Rupa is there, right? Some form function is there. He is supposed to remove all obstacles for dharmic activity. He is supposed to create obstacles for adharmic activity. So many things one can think of, one can see and one can think. So first thing that is told about the God without form is Avyaktam. That which cannot be objectified by any of the five sense organs. Avyaktam, that is told in here. Then, after we say Avyaktam, then Anirdeshyam, that which cannot be conceived. If you take a mathematical formula, you can't see it with five sense organs, but you can conceive the logic. Addition, okay, immediately when I say addition, something comes to your mind. Subtraction, something comes to your mind. When an apple falls, you know it is falling. But the law of gravity is conceived. There is a law which is making the apple fall. It is conceived. But here it is very clearly said, he is actually achintyam, something that is not conceivable, and hence anirdeshyam. Anything can be given a term only if it is conceivable or perceivable. For example, you say law of gravity. Because you are able to conceive, you say law of gravity. Because you are able to see, perceive, you say that is Lord Ganesha. So, you can express only if it is conceivable or perceivable. So, he is saying avyaktam, which means it is not perceivable, and achintyam, not conceivable. The form, the original nature is not conceivable, and hence it is anirdeshyam. Anirdeshyam means that which cannot be expressed through words. Right? So, anirdeshyam. Aksharam. Aksharam means that which is never perishable, which is never subject to death. That is aksharam. Okay. Sarvatra gama. This is very, very important. So, the moment you say achintyam, avyaktam, sarvatra gama, you will say, I am not able to see anywhere. So, where is he really there? So, for that, Bhagavan says sarvatra gama. That means sarvatra gama means he is present everywhere. That nature, that original nature, pure consciousness is present everywhere. And that is answered in here. Kutastham. Kutastham means that which can never change. Everything else is subject to change, including this body, including the mind. Today my mind says let's do this. Tomorrow the mind says let's do that. The body is initially young, then teenage, then old. So there are 6 forms of modifications in this physical body. Asti, jayate, vardhate, viparinimate, apakshiyate, vinashyate. So there are 6-fold modifications. None of the modifications are there for the formless God. So Krishna, who is formless God, that is the original Krishna, that is the original you, does not have any modification. So Kutastham. And Achalam. If you are saying the person is present everywhere, there is no question of movement. Movement comes when the person is limited in form. I have a particular form, so I am here right now, I cannot be there. But without form means what? Present everywhere. And present everywhere means there is no need for movement. So therefore, achalam. Dhruvam. Dhruvam means present in all 3 periods of time. Past, present, future. And we can contemplate on each one of these words for ourselves, our own nature. We are actually Dhruvam. If you take the 3 states, waking, deep sleep and dream, everything changes. In waking, all experience change. In dream, experiences change. And in sleep, there is lack of experience. But I am always there. That is why you say, I dreamt. You never say, somebody else dreamt. You say, I slept. That is because intuitively in your mind you understand all the 3 is one and the same. So that I remains constant. There is no change. That is why it is called Kutastham. Kutastham means, here it means, it is like an anvil. Anvil means when you have the armory, and iron is there, some metal is there, it has to be melted, and then it has to be brought to form. There is some base that is called anvil that never changes. So therefore, you actually never change. Everything else keeps changing, but you never change. This is the idea Bhagavan is trying to give, and he is going to continue in the next verse. What happens to people who dwell upon this form of Lord? Thank you.
Prabhati, good morning. Anything is up today? Anything up? Nothing is up today, only what's up today. Okay, that is the life we are living, and we are all having inseparable relationship with WhatsApp in our life. When Maitri is going on, so many of you in the WhatsApp. That shows the Abhinava Sambandha with WhatsApp. So Espas University also goes back Our university also wants to establish inseparable relationship with you through WhatsApp. So today we are launching our WhatsApp channel of Eswas University, where many people and our Honorable Guruji is having inseparable relationship with email actually. Now I request Guruji also establish inseparable relationship with our WhatsApp from today. So I request all the union members, student union members of all the institutions, please come on the dais, open your mobile and Google Scan, also Google Lens, please come. I request all the dignitaries here, open your mobiles and open the Google Lens. And all of you take your mobiles. I request all faculty and students, open your mobiles, open the Google Lens and scan. And press the follow. The follow will come in the scanner. You put it follow, then only you will get the WhatsApp. Let us chant Om once. Inhale. Thank you. I will also put the link in all the groups so that you can have it. Okay?
We'll end with Shanti Mantra and Namaskara Mudra. Inhale deeply. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkhabhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We request Vaidya sir to come and hoist the flag.